What you're about to witness is one of the most unexpected victories in poker history. This is Victoria Coren, a writer and TV figure from London, who walked into the European Poker Tour as the only woman at the final table, in a game increasingly dominated by male professionals. She wasn't trained in GTO strategy or backed by high-stakes sponsors. She was a passionate amateur who approached poker like a detective story, solving puzzles, reading people, and trusting her intuition when millions were on the line. And in her own words, poker was just simply the constant she could always go back to when life got difficult. But there was only one problem. No woman had ever won an EPT title before. So how did this amateur navigate through a field of seasoned professionals, make heroic calls that left opponents stunned, and have become the first woman in history to claim an EPT championship? Let's find out. We join the action at the final table of the 2006 London EPT, where Victoria Coren sits as the only amateur among a table of seasoned pros. The stakes couldn't be higher. A record prize pool with £500,000 for first place, nearly $1 million in today's market. Most expected her to be intimidated and play it safe. But instead, Victoria was about to make a statement with her first hand. A move that would immediately change the dynamics at the final table and put the professionals on notice that this amateur wasn't backing down.
Folded around to Sid Harris, who's the short stack at our final table, and he's found a pair, a lower pair, pocket nines, and unsurprisingly with the chips he's got, John, he's pushing.
No, well, it's not surprising. Really, he probably thinks he's winning. It's not easy to get dealt a pair in this game. So he probably thinks I'm even money against ace queen or ace jack.
Sydney, old troublemaker, how many chips have you got?
About 200 and something.
Vicky wants a count.
So why so big? Why do you make a little raise?
I'm no good at playing flops. I'm better off.
When we see a flop.
Yeah, I've got a nice hand. I'd sooner.
I
know you have.
I've got a proper hand.
And if anyone's going to get my chips, I'd sooner you get them.
Very friendly.
Very.
No, it's the truth, isn't it?
Not an easy decision. It's about a third of her chip stack, John.
Well, I'm a gambler, aren't I?
She's going to call. She's definitely going to call.
And that's what she does. And the jack's away in front. Sid Harris with the underpair, pocket nines. Looking for some help on the flop here. Or he's going out in 8th place.
King of diamonds, 4 of diamonds, 10 of clubs.
No real help to him on the flop. Still looking for that 9.
King of hearts.
So 2 outs in the deck.
One of 2 remaining 9s to stay alive.
Will the river card bring a 9? No, it won't. It brings a jack, which makes Vicky a full house. Jack's full of kings, and we say goodbye to Sid Harris, who goes out in 8th place.
After that explosive start, Victoria continued to hold her own against the professionals, making reads that seemed to come from pure intuition and trusting her instincts in the most unconventional way. But it was this next hand that would perfectly demonstrate what separated Victoria from every other player at the table: her ability to read opponents like an open book and make decisions that would leave even seasoned players speechless.
Raise under the gun with pocket sixes. They're always difficult hands to know how to play. Do you limp in with them? Do you throw them away? Or do you play them aggressively?
It's been folded round to Emad, and
Did he have king queen?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Not too much, don't raise too much. Make it small.
Cool. Imaz makes the call.
Oh, he's only called. Vicky was beseeching him not to raise at all.
Michael folds.
And he obliged.
Jan's out of there.
Jan folds.
So Jules in the big blind, Queen 7. Can't imagine he'll come along for the ride. Sure enough, he'll get out of the way.
Out of the way. We go heads up. We'll see a flop.
Here we go, 2 overcards, pocket pair.
Jules could have probably raised there and picked that pot up.
Queen of clubs. Queen of hearts.
Wow.
That is a great flop for Emad. Jules is now wishing he had played.
No, not really.
Well, he doesn't know that a higher queen was in the hand of Emad.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's wishing he's played.
Exactly.
But he wouldn't have known what trouble he'd have got into.
50,000. Now there's 50,000.
Now, what's Vicky thinking? My pocket pair's still good. Has he got ace jack? With a pair of sevens. She probably doesn't think he's got a queen. He probably wouldn't bet 50,000 with a queen, which is why it's such a good bet.
That would be silly if you had a queen. No one's that lucky. Make it 200.
Ah, no, she's fallen right. She's fallen into his trap. Oh dear.
If you've got a queen, you're winning. I'm going to tell you that for nothing.
Oh dear.
He has got a queen. He is winning.
And she actually said, if you've got a queen, you're winning. I'll tell you that. She's very honest, Vicky.
Yeah, I thought that wasn't the idea of this game.
You can't hide your true nature.
Now, what should Emad do here? Should he just call?
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly what he does.
Now she knows he's got a queen.
Why are you calling?
Because I have no idea what you have and I'm scared.
I've decided you don't have a queen, but now maybe...
Of diamonds.
Now, surely Vicky shouldn't put another chip in this pot.
No, she shouldn't.
See now... But I think you probably have 2 jacks, which means if I check, that gives you a free chance to make a straight. That would be bad. But what if I go on and he does have a queen? That would be terrible. All right, go on. Do your worst.
What the hell's going on?
I have no idea, honestly. I really seriously have no idea.
Poker or
They're totally confused.
sick confused? I don't know what's going on, whether I'm coming or going.
He knows exactly what's going on. He's winning this hand.
No, it's more
My opinion. Bloody performance.
It's not. Seriously, I think you probably pass if I would bet, but then if you have like a full house, you probably wouldn't, so then I'd feel like an idiot. So I'm just checking to see what you do. Honestly.
I'm all in.
Are you all in?
She's got to fold now. I think she really wants to win this tournament.
Now you see, the thing about that is...
Am I allowed to leave now? Because I don't want to listen to this again. Serious? Can I go have a cigarette or something?
No, but the thing about that is now you can't do that with 2 jacks. That would just be silly. So now maybe you have worse or maybe you have nothing at all.
Does
Maybe
anyone
it's
have an
nothing at
iPod?
all, see?
She does like to talk at the table.
That's a very
Vicky.
confusing thing for you to do.
And it's
Mildly.
it's kind of fun, but it's
No,
very
because
unusual.
I was thinking I was behind, but now you do that, I think maybe I'm not.
That might be fun for you, John. I don't think Emad's particularly enjoying it.
I seriously decided I was losing, but now this huge... why would you do that with a good hand?
And it's very simple. Just fold and let's move on to the next
No,
thing.
but then it's like, what if I've got a better hand than you, and then I would feel silly.
I'll make you feel better and I'll show you when you muck. And then you won't have any hard feelings.
No, you'll show me like an ace-king and then laugh and laugh.
No, he won't.
I would hate
He'll
that.
show
Did I
you
seriously
king
flat
queen.
call you pre-flop with ace-king?
Oh, Vicky, fold already.
Pull that out. I don't have
That's
ace-king.
true, you might not do that. But you might do it with a
helping you now.
small pair. You might do it with a small pair and you think I have ace-king.
She's going to fold anyway. Not sure about the histrionics.
You have 2 8s.
Can he beat 2 8s?
Now Chad Brown's getting
Thinking you'd
involved.
lay it down.
The longest hand in the history of the EPT.
Go on, have it. Have it.
That was
Then
inevitable.
Show me this hand, and it'd better be good.
Show you.
You said you would.
Come on!
Vicky thinks she's playing in a £500,000 home game.
As the day went on, players fell off one by one, but Victoria held her own. She caught 2 huge wins with suited connectors, doubling up her stack and giving her a real fighting chance against the chip leaders. But this next hand would be crucial to her tournament life, facing off against Jan Sjavik, a seasoned pro with over $2 million in career earnings. It was an uphill battle she was prepared to fight.
I'm going to take this back and put this.
Looks like a re-raise. Ace Jack rather than Ace King.
Total of 250,000.
Emad gets out of the way. It's back on Jan Sjavik, the original raiser, with those 3s.
This is interesting. Jan probably thinking that he might be winning. The pair, three-handed, is very strong. If he moves in, would Vicky call? Is he going to fold? What's he going to do? He might just call and see if an ace, queen, jack comes on the flop.
Yeah.
Or a king.
So he has called, looking for a low flop.
Flop is 9, 10.
That's actually a pretty good flop. Wow. I was going to say that's a pretty good flop for Jan's hand.
Well, it was Vicky who was first to speak. She's moved all in, and that means Jan's got the decision now.
I think he might call this, you know. I think he might.
1 minute for a decision, please.
He's been put on the clock, 60 seconds to make his decision. It was actually Emad, who's not actually involved in the hand, who called for the countdown.
It's an unusual thing to do, but if they're taking an excessively long time and the blind's going up and you're under pressure, you can do this. But also, you're kind of influencing the game as well by asking for this.
Remember, if Jan calls and he's got it wrong, he'd be out of the tournament. A big jump in the prize money between third and first. Third place 168,000, first place £500,000.
And 285 for second. It's a big decision. I think he knows now that she's
Will be a
got 2
10-second countdown. At the end of the countdown, the hand will be dead.
Final
10,
countdown.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And he's made the call, and it's a great call.
That's a great call.
And Vicky acknowledges that she is behind here. She needs to hit an ace or a jack. Well, most of her chips will be going across to Jan Shavik.
She's effectively third if she loses this pot. It's a huge, huge pot. Oh my word!
Well, that jack is what she needed to see, and it puts her in front.
Oh, poor old Jan. He made a great call there, a really great call.
And even Vicky is disgusted by that hand. She has to admire the fact that he called, knowing that she'd made that move with just 2 high cards.
Just like that, Vicky's third victim, gone. Now she found herself heads up with the same guy she had read like a book earlier in the tournament. One of Australia's finest, Emad Tattoo, a high-stakes pro with over $1 million in total earnings. The difference in experience was staggering, but Vicky didn't look worried at all.
Aggressively. This is going to be a very interesting heads-up encounter.
Emad Tattoo's on the button in the small blind, and he's just called with the 8-jack. Vicky Coren in the big blind has the option to see a flop for free, but she decides to pump it up.
Which is fair enough. Queen 10 suited. Heads up, big hand.
Emad calls the raise, and he's got position on Vicky. He'll be second to speak after the flop's dealt. Well, Vicky's hit her 10.
And he's hit his 8. He'll probably call this.
Vicky betting out with top pair, and a quick call from Emad.
Yeah, well, it's important to recognise that middle pair is often winning in a heads-up situation.
Deuce changes nothing. Vicky's still in front, and she's betting again.
Wow. And he calls immediately, which I have to say I would probably do as well.
Huge pot building here. And the river brings a 9.
I think Vicky will check here because it's brought a flush and straight possibilities, and of course he could have 2 pair. But having said that, if he bets, I think she may well call.
600,000.
Wow.
That's a huge bet, 600,000, just over half the pot.
No. Get that computer working, Vicky.
This is a bit of a card, the 9 of diamonds.
Not a total blank, it is a diamond, but He could have made 2 pair, but would he bet 600,000 with 2 pair? I think he'd probably make it a little bit less. The only possibility here is that he was betting 600,000 because he'd hit some sort of weird straight or flush. I think she's got to call this hand, even though she's only got 1 pair. In this sort of situation, I think she probably has to call. It's a very difficult call. Wow, who'd have thought? Oh, she did. She said call.
She's made the call. She's made the call, and it is an excellent call because top pair is good. The 10s will take that pot, and that is going to give Vicky a phenomenal chip lead over Emad Tartu.
That's an inspired call. It was a very, very good call indeed.
After making that incredible call, Victoria had proven she could read her opponents perfectly and wasn't intimidated by anyone at this table. But what happened next would change the entire history of this tournament.
And Emad checks. Very similar hands. This
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's made the straight.
wow, and he's got his open-ended. He's got open-ended straight. He may move in with this. He's a very aggressive player, Emad. He may just make a move here. Okay, he's definitely raising.
How much? Is he going to push?
No, he's about. He'll probably bet more, something like 300,000, 400,000, 450. Now, what's Vicky gonna do? Is she gonna just flat call?
She wants to know how much Emad's got behind.
Which is significant.
370, 390, 410.
I think she's gonna move all in because she realises he's. Okay. Oh, she's just calling. Okay. I thought maybe she was thinking, actually, if I move all in here, he probably thinks he's pot committed, so he'll have to call anyway. But she's just playing it very trickily and just trapping him. Let's see whether Emad bets on the turn.
Turn card brings 10. And Emad moves all in. An immediate call from Vicky Coren, and he sees the bad news.
He's gutted.
She's got the straight. He needs a 7 to make a higher straight. One of those 7s is in Vicky Coren's hand. Limited outs here for Emad Tartu. Vicky Coren wins the London EPT. The jack does not help Emad Tartu. The straight that she made on the flop holds up. Emad Tartu.
Just like that, it was over. A woman with nothing but intuition and determination had just walked into one of poker's biggest stages and left as the first woman in EPT history to claim the title and £500,000.